Guys, in today's video, we are building this Team Associated B6.4 off-road buggy kit. This is an area I am not familiar with, and I'm looking forward to reading all your comments about everything I'm doing wrong. But one thing we are going to do is have fun with it. Now, this was sent to me a while ago by Team Associated. They sent me a little care package and hooked me up with a little race package. Oh, hang on. We don't need that. That's better. So they sent me this new RC10B 6.4 kit. Brushless Reedy servo, Reedy Sonic 540 M4, it's a 6 modified, and this ESC. It's got to the point now really where I've done everything. I've done everything from the hobby side of things. Racing isn't something I've ever done. I always wanted to do it as a kid, never done it. I may have recently challenged someone to a race, so I thought I'd better prepare myself. Team Associated were very kind to send me this stuff. So in this video we're going to build it. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to be a little bit more organised. It's in my front wheel drive Tamiya speed build. I showed you my workbench. We're going to get a bit more organised this time. All these bags are numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oils and grease. Really nice chassis. There's your body. So we're going to build it. I need to get some wheels and tyres because these kits don't come with wheels and tyres because that's all purely down to where you're racing and stuff. So we'll get some wheels and tyres in. We're going to get it built. We're going to get the electronics in, and then we're going to take it out, and then hopefully we're going to get it out on a track just for a little bit of a shakedown. In the 30 odd years I've been in the hobby, I've never raced an RC car on an actual track. So far, so good. This thing's going together so well. And what I really like about it, all the bags are numbered. When it tells you bag 2, it runs through everything you need for that bag, and then we get to bag 3. So pretty much everything there was in bag 2. Oh, look at the carbon fibre. And now we move on to bag 3, and everything we need will be in there. Then bag 4 and so on. That is so much better than having 4 or 5 bags open with some stuff in that one and some stuff in that one, then a single screw in that one and a tie rod in that one. I prefer it like that. Anyway, this thing is lovely. Just the steering to put on the front, and then we're moving on to the rear. So we're just doing the shocks. I've already made 3 of them, but I thought we'd do one together. These go together so well, like everything has pretty much on this build. Little washer over the top, no silly circlips to mess with. Then the piston cap, little screw. That's what she said. Then the reservoir, shock hat bushing. I do it with the tweezers to make sure it goes in the right way round so it doesn't flip over when it's in there. It says to use green slime for these little O-rings, or these X-rings should I say, but I haven't got any green slime, but I have got some shock O-ring grease. Spacer, another X-ring, hat bushing. And to put this O-ring on first, it doesn't make a difference really, but make sure that O-ring goes on. Put the cap on. O-ring round the top, bit of O-ring grease round the top of your shaft or the bottom. Little drip of shock oil, stick that in there. I couldn't resist that. Comes with 3 different sizes of shock ends. I've just gone for the middle one, which is a +2. You get a 0, a +2 and a +4. I've gone for the middle one. Who didn't know about this on this tool? Throw that in there. 30 weight, about 3/4 full. Slowly up and down, get the air out. Can sometimes just give it a little tap, get the air bubbles up to the top, and top it up right to the top, like that. Little drop of oil in your cap. Get it around the threads as well. Screw your cap on. Get your bleed screw ready. I've already screwed it in there and taken it out, so the threads are already there. Slowly take the shock all the way to the end of its travel, so all the way up. You might get a little bit of shock, it'll come out. I'm sure the pros are shouting at me now, but anyway, screw this in, pull it, should be able to pull it down there and just slowly move back up, really slowly. Looks good to me. O-ring on your spring adjuster. Again, another little drop of oil on the threads. Wind that on. Blue springs are rear, they're the taller ones as well. Put that on. Spring retainers come different sizes. These are zeros. You can get +5 and +9. +5 go on the front. And there we go. And we are almost there. So that is the roller pretty much done. Obviously wheels and tyres need to be sorted depending on what track I'm going to be on. Thrown the motor in there, meshed it up. It's meshed up quite nicely. That's a 20-tooth pinion in there. A little shorty pack goes in there. So all what's left to do, we've got to get the motor leads on, stick a battery connector on there. I might cut them a bit shorter actually. They're quite long. The receiver will go there. Going to be using my Wi-Fi X9 because there's loads of adjustments on there. You can adjust your throttle curve and stuff like that. So I'll probably need that for this if I'm going to be racing it. And that's kind of all we can do for now. All right, let's solder these on. Don't judge me. So that's kind of as far as I can get at the moment for the build. It was a really nice build, really well put together. Enjoyed doing that. It took some time, but enjoyed doing that. Obviously there's going to be adjustments I need to do. I need to paint my body, sort my wheels and tyres out. You can't just rock up to like an indoor carpet track and throw any old wheels and tyres on. So I need to do that, and then hopefully the next thing you're going to see is me at the track. This thing is awesome, and I think I forgot to give you a good look at it properly before I got it a little bit dirty and running. But anyway, I've gone for a bit of an associated colour scheme with the blues and stuff just to complement the blue stuff on the car. I was going to do my team colours, but I thought that looked better. Nice graphite grey on there. But this thing is mad. I was so lucky I managed to get some track time up at MB Models. Pulled a few strings and they let me go up there to put some practice laps in before the big race. Big thanks to them. They got an awesome model shop up there. As soon as you walk in, the shelves are just stacked with stuff. I was also given a sneak peek round the back, and that's where all the magic happens. Them guys were working flat out, packing orders for people. Loads of stuff in, especially for the racers out there. And I'm pretty sure I don't need to tell you that if you need any race stuff for your buggies and cars and stuff, MB Models is stocked with a lot of it. Anyway, awesome place, awesome track. They don't usually allow anyone to just walk in and use the track, but like I said, I pulled a few strings. I got myself a mentor for the day who happens to be an ex-associated team driver, I believe. The only credit I'm going to take for how well this drives is the fact that I built it. I did make a few tweaks and stuff, but big shout out for Craig who helped me set this up. Here's my first few laps, and this is the first time I'd ever been on a track, and this is before we've done any setting up other than just making sure it steers and goes.
Day one of testing.
Not even great. So I don't think that was too bad, although just before that, when I plugged the battery in, I popped the ESC. Now, in my defense, shorty battery packs between manufacturers, and even the same manufacturer, the positive and negative, there's not really a top and a bottom to a battery. I'd say the top's usually denoted by the fact it's got the balance, the hole for the balance lead in there, and obviously there are different labels on the back. Anyway, if you look at these two, positive, negative, positive, negative, so they're the opposite way around. Now, in the workshop, I'd been using this to make sure it was working and setting it up, and then this is the one I used when I first turned up to the track. Plugged it in wrong, pop, smoke, hadn't even been on the track. Luckily, we had some spares, so I borrowed the ESC and I had to borrow the motor in the end because it's all soldered on, but we managed to get it fixed and on the track. I bought a new one. I've also bought a different motor, so I did have a 6 or a 6.5. I've gone for a 7.5. That's what we put in there, the 7.5, and we've set it up with that. So it makes perfect sense for me to put the same motor in. Craig did say I could use all that, but I want my own electronics in there. I will take that as a spare. But it was absolutely awesome. Got a good few hours on the track. Didn't record any footage of me at the end. I did get some footage of it driving around without me driving, and I think I was about a second and a half or 2 seconds off the pace, which doesn't sound a lot, but it is quite a lot when you're on a small track like that. So still room for improvement, but anyway, had an awesome time. Now I need to get this ready for the race, which is happening next week. I need to soften the front up a little bit because it's a little bit stiff, and I think the track at Kev's local place is a little bit slipperier. The carpet's a bit different, so I think I need the front a bit softer to allow it to dig in a little bit more. So I'm gonna remove the oil and put, I think it's got 30 weight in it. I'm gonna put 25 in just to soften it up a bit. Ride height set nice. I think I've set it at 50. I think it's set to 15 mil. A little bit more camber I think we've had on the rear. I also got a better wing. That if you roll it, which I did a few times, the wings got creased and it's just a bit flimsy. The guys at MB recommended to try these. These are, you can feel they're way thicker, so I'll cut one of them out, and then yeah, I think we're ready to go. I'm just gonna get on with this. I'm gonna get it set up. I'm gonna change the motor in ESC, and then, well, it's race time.